Here today, I am going to be interviewed by our only Amanda Miller. And this is what we have designed for you. She has several questions that have been asked by many of you, and she just memorized them, wrote them down. She's going to ask them to me, and I'm going to create a nice educational video out of them. That sounds good?
Let's do it.
Right.
With more than 15 years of equine sports medicine and rehab experience, the visionary and founder of Performance Equine Vet Services and Equine Performance Innovative Center, your host, veterinarian Alberto Rulon, is here to keep you informed on all things sports medicine, rehabilitation, and equine business. This is A Stride Above.
I'm just glad I get to put you in the hot seat again.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm going to take notes just in case.
Perfect. So what we get a lot on the phones coming in is, good morning, I have a horse that needs injections. And our staff very much is wanting to make sure that they're always informed on all of the different options that we provide at our clinic. We don't just have one kind of injection. Can you go through some of the options and how they could be beneficial for different reasons?
Yes. That's a hot topic right now because there's so many things that we can actually use to provide comfort to the horse's joint. It's like going to the vitamin shop. Have you ever gone to the mall, gone to the vitamin shop?
Oh, yeah.
And have you ever asked the person up front, hey, I need some protein powder. And then this person says, yeah, of course. And it shows you a whole wall of protein powders and the different protein powders with different makes and the different intricacies that comes into them, etc., etc. Then he tells you that there is other stuff going on that you can put to help you as well, and you start spinning, your head starts spinning. And it's the same thing with horses' joints because there's so many things that we can put, and the important thing is to know, first of all and above anything, to not cause harm. Which ones could potentially be harmful and which ones are not, right? So let's start with the ones that could potentially be harmful. There is this new thought, well, not new, it's been going on for several years now, that steroids are bad. Cortisone, corticosteroids are bad. It doesn't mean that they are really bad. It just means that the abuse, just like anything, the abuse and overuse of steroids could cause joint damage. It could cause cartilage damage. They are a great anti-inflammatory and they are very helpful at certain periods of time. But I think that we were getting a little bit too comfortable by using them over and over and over again on horses' joints like hogs, stifles, coffin joints, any joint that we were putting them. And then that started causing trouble. And some of them were having detrimental effects, such as severe arthritis, which cartilage degeneration, meaning that the cartilage was being pretty much eliminated out of the joint. So there has to be a balance. That's why there are some new products, new natural products that prevent the damage of the joint, or that at least do not cause damage. So there's a plethora of them, and you can find them in my book, albertorulan.com, which is free, by the way. There's our ebook at www.albertorulan.com. We talk a lot about regenerative therapy. Some of them include PRP, like platelet-rich plasma. A new that I'm having a real good time with lately because of all the benefits is alpha-2M. It stands for alpha-2 macroglobulin. Do not fall asleep. Alpha-2M is good. There's stem cells, right? There is another product that comes from the horses, near the horse's placenta, from the area, which has great anti-inflammatories and some regenerative properties. We call that amnion. We have homeopathics as well, like ozone, that we can put in joints, and there's some new research coming out that is showing that, hey, this might have some good regenerative properties. And then after that, we have some new stuff, new synthetics that are coming out, that are the polyacrylamide, which we have talked about it in previous podcasts. So I just told you a bunch of names, a bunch of data. So please make sure you just read it at www.albertoroland.com because it's very well explained at them. But most of the regenerative therapies, what makes it so good is that you actually get the blood from the own patient. In the case of the amnion or the placenta, you get it from the fetus. I mean, it's tough to get damaging particles or damaging things from when you're taking it from the own horse, right? The good thing of some of it is that the blood, like the CB, the PRP, the alpha-2, those need to come from the same horse. But now scientists have discovered that some stem cells, some amnion, like the placenta, it can actually be taken from other horses. So it's kind of make it on the shelf. And that works really, really well, really convenient because you have it. You can pre-order it or order it and it gets here overnight. Well, post-COVID is about 2 or 3 days, right? But you get it, or at least in the next 2 days, and you can implant it or put it in the horse right away. So that is, in a nutshell, the summary of all that can be put in a horse's joint naturally, right? Let's say the client says, no, I still want the cortisone. Perfect. That's a really good choice. Then what we do is we say, okay, which cortisone? Now we move to another plethora of possibilities. There are short-acting cortisone, long-acting cortisone. Are we going to mix it with a lubricant called hyaluronic acid? Are we going to mix it with another lubricant called chondroitin? Are we going to mix it with glucosamine? Are we going to put antibiotics? So it gets a little bit intricate. And how about we pick up this conversation on our next podcast?
I love it. Let's do it.
Very good. Stay tuned. Come back for our next one.